that vehicle that just went around there. They were slowing down. I think they were getting ready to pull in. And they saw me getting ready to do this, and they went and started driving away faster. So they were going to visit us until they saw me like this now. Careful not to give it away too quickly. Anyway, I am the emperor of an empire of garbage, and I believe that, like all great emperors and generals and crazy people, I should have something appropriate to show off my importance. So anyway, may I show it off now. The Alexis Railroad in its magnificence. Grading has gotten a decent amount done. All this dirt brought up to the surface. You can now drive a four-wheeler across this without too much trouble. Most of my pallets have been arranged on this flat car right here. You get the idea. They're driving slowly the other way. They're turning in the driveway. They are turn the camera around to show these crazy people. They just back out slowly, avoid the crazy person and his pile of garbage. They drive away, realizing what they have just escaped. I'm glad I redid this video. That adds a lot to it. They're probably looking for the neighbor's garbage pile. It's like, this looks like it, but the neighbor doesn't have a hand car. That's the difference. So anyway, I got all the pallets piled up very nicely on that rail cart. The issue is this big pile of garbage right here. Pieces of wood and broken blocks and metal, and this isn't garbage. This is a switch that's in the process of being made. And a few other random bits and pieces. As proud as I am of it, there are other people who aren't proud of it who live in this house, so I need to do something with it, especially since this has arrived. A few weeks ago, the same people who donated that well pipe to my railroad were we assigned them, people who own this property assigned them, an expansion pack for our well that we had. Anyway, they are going to attach this to our well in a few days, within the next week. It arrived earlier today, December 5th. Yeah, it's like 4 o'clock right now in the afternoon. But they're going to attach that to our well. And I am slightly concerned that they're going to see my pile of garbage and just go, yeah, he's made 42 feet of track since we donated that pipe to him. But look at all this other garbage. We're ashamed of him. So I'm attempting to move my garbage to a different spot. Now you see, it was the intention to have the train track, have a switch that I'm in the process of building, train track come down this hill right here and make a circle around the yard, but have a switch put over there going into the woods. And it would be that switch that would lead down to our pond. And I was going to drop off the garbage at some point, like this piece of garbage right here. One of the first pieces of garbage that I ever paid for. Got that from Kmart in Gastonia when they closed. And the idea was that the train tracks would come through here at first, but we realized something, or I realized something. The actual property line is this piece of metal right here. And in case you didn't notice it, this is on the wrong side. Property corner is actually right here. So this stuff over here on the property, this stuff over here not on the property, this stuff over here on the property. So right now I'm standing on our property. Camera person is standing right on the line. So I need to move my track about 10 feet over, demolish these plants, tear them up, rip them out of the ground. Actually, we're probably just going to move them because there's a couple more over there. But because I'm moving my train tracks, this swing set, this antique, will be so much closer to the tracks. Because you remember, way back in the day when the ghost train was really nice and special and wonderful, they used to have these little swing sets on the side of the ghost train that you pass by, and people would swing out and at you. They don't do that anymore because they've lost their quality. not just in their decorating abilities for the ghost train locomotive. But we shall return that greatness here at the Freeman Empire / Alexis Railroad. And we shall have people swinging on a rusty, antique swing set out at our train. And the chains will break and will probably stop for the same reason that Tweetsy stopped doing it years ago. This was the fill that I was spending a lot of time making over the years. It's about 4 years worth of work, and make it even worse, it's in the wrong spot. It needs to be over here. It actually doesn't need to be that much of a fill. It's actually probably easier to walk on this side of it. A few days ago I got done working a little bit earlier in the day than I thought I would, so I cleared out all this, discovered all these rocks that are underneath. I don't know what all these rocks are here for. It's probably some antique Stonehenge sort of place. We'll call this one Tripping Rock because I've tripped over it about 30 times in 2 days. Now, as I was surveying a few months ago, I noticed this pile of rocks right here. And I thought somebody else has been dumping out different things. Piles of old broken rocks that have no real use. And I thought this place has been charged by God as being a place to put broken stuff. And as we walked around trying to find where the property line was, we discovered on the other side of that hill is a perfectly stacked pile of cinder blocks. I have no idea what it's doing over there. Neighbor over there doesn't know what it's doing there. It's actually, I think, on her property, but didn't ask that one neighbor. But either way, nobody knows where it came from. This and more on today's episode of Ancient Aliens. I have no idea if that's what the show's actually like, but I just felt like referencing it. So, one day the train track will go through here, hopefully, on its way down to the pond. And the idea was have it going here already. That way I could quickly just unload garbage from my truck onto one of my train cars and dump it out here. This is the spot that I have deemed worthy. And also, it's about the best spot possible given the limited amount of time I have and limited time I have to haul it. Dump all my garbage. A few days ago, I came here, swept everything out just in case there were any bars of gold laying around on the ground. And what did I find in this exact spot? A gutter. And I knew that this was where my garbage was supposed to go. There's actually another couple spots that I wanted to put my garbage, but they were too far away. This is the first spot that jumped at me. And actually, there's so many piles of garbage, I can't just call this place Garbage Point because there's so many of them. I can just call this Garbage Curve 1, I guess. Actually, it might be Garbage Curve 2 if you count that one spot. Because we do have some other garbage that we walked by, but you couldn't see it because it was covered up with some stuff. It's just some steel beams. I actually thought about turning one of them into an engine. But I mean, it's like big steel beams too. Very nice. It'd be a bit much for a 2-foot gauge engine. Maybe a small standard gauge engine would be more appropriate for it, but they're only 20 feet long. So, thank you for watching me and my growing empire of garbage. I hope that the people who are watching this who have contributed can be proud, if not disturbed, by what is being done around here. As a divine wind flows through the woods of the Alexis Railroad. Do I make you proud?